Be sure to go to flipsidegaming.com and use promo code 6 for 10% off on orders over $10. It's a good deal and helps support the show. What is up, Planeswalkers? Theurx6 back with some more Magic the Gathering, and once again, today's video is also brought to you by my Twitter account. Follow me on Twitter. I asked stupid questions like the one I did today, where I asked what the best Meowth is. People were correct in that very few people voted for a Alolan Meowth, which is right. Alolan Meowth is definitely the worst. Not enough respect for that Galarian Meowth, though. It was tied with Cantonian. I think that's fair. I think they're both pretty cool. As for the evolutions of that, it goes, in my opinion, super easy. Berserker. Persian's okay. Alolan Persian? Garbage. Thing looks strange. Today we're playing Bolas. It's Wednesday. Wednesday's Bolas Day. Wednesday where we wear pink. Wednesday we play Bolas. You might be looking at this deck and saying, Theurx, this looks a lot like Esper Doom Foretold. And you'd be right. Because longtime channel member, whatever, Radberry, sent me this on stream. This is literally Esper Doom Foretold with a playset of Nicol Bolas Dragon Gods. And it did okay during stream. So we're going to play it here because it's fucking hilarious. I'm hoping you all get to see how stupid this is. But we're running a full playset of Interplanar Beacon so that we can cast our Bolases. Yeah, this is interesting. You know, other than that, it's the normal Esper affair. And I would rather play a bunch of games with this. I've played Bolas a ton. This isn't a Bolas deck per se. This is a weird looking Tezzeret. But I have played Esper Doom relatively recently. Or I guess I played Orzhov Doom. I think I played Esper Doom a while ago at this point. But still, it's a relatively known entity. So I'm not going to go through the actual cards here that in depth, because I want to just play as many games of this as possible. Now, Rad didn't give me a sideboard for this, and I didn't really want to make up a sideboard for this because it feels better as kind of this meme that you play in best of one. Now, this is a hand that I can't keep. It's very close. We're going second. We have access to potential Oath of Kai and Shatter the Sky. However, I just don't like the fact that I have double fives, both of which, you know, I'm not super certain I'm going to get through. But now I'm talking about it more. I really want to eat the greed. I think, honestly, this deck might have like 24 lands, which is redonkulous, but still. So I could Fabled Passage for a swamp. Plains, Birth to get another Plains. I've talked myself into it. I think Birth of Meletis helps just so much. Is this mono black? It's at the very least sack, so that might be an issue. Depending on how fast they get their engine going. But hopefully it won't be. The beard is now at that phase. At least Rakdos, possibly Jund, Aristocrats. But it could just be Sacdos. My beard has gotten to the point in its growth cycle where it is fucking annoying. It is just the worst right now. I feel it in all of the worst ways. Alright, I do think the correct answer is get a swamp here for Oath of Kaya. Technically means I can't play my, like, Teferi or my, something of the Sea God? What the hell is this called? What are those damn things? Omen of the Sea God. I'm smart. Black. Plains, get this. Alright, sure. What's nice is that our 0-4 wall will do a decent amount at stymieing some of the aggression from our opponent here. Drawing that additional Elspeth Conquers Death is not something I'm a big fan of, but, you know, meh. Pick up it on top, sure. Swing in for 2. See if they add anything to their board. Okay, so Familiar is going to get the drains going for sure. Always annoying to see. Also annoying to see. We are going to... I think I'm just going to target face, honestly. I could just target the Gutter Bones. And my opponent might not have the wherewithal to sack the Gutter Bones in response. However, I do slightly value that life gain a little bit more than I value potentially killing a Gutter Bones, especially since it is recurable. It does force them to pay the mana to recur it, but it's just the 3 life was more valuable, and my opponent could sacrifice it in response so that I don't gain anything. So we do block here. If they have something like a shock, I'm totally fine with that being used on my wall. Priest, that's fine. Priest I will definitely shoot at. Kroxa. I guess an Elspeth conquers death. I mean, I could discard Bolas. Because I am more likely to cast this. I still need to just, like, straight up draw a card, unfortunately. Gonna sack that. Oh! So they're not gonna get to deny my killing. That's fantastic. So, do I just Shatter the Sky? I mean, yeah, I might as well. Then get the Familiar back. I do lose my wall. 1, 2, 3. That costs 5 other. Shatter the Sky. The issue is that Elspeth Conquers Death doesn't have, like, any targets in this deck, or against this deck. So it's possible I should have kept Bolas, because Bolas, with a single Interplanar Beacon, I would have been able to cast Bolas if I... Black... No, I'd need another black source. I'm sure people who come every Wednesday for the Bolas gameplay are going to be like, what the fuck is this? Where's normal Bolas? I really enjoyed playing this on stream, so I was like, I gotta do it. Oh! Well. Hello there. I would very much love to get a Plains here. I assume it's going to definitely make me discard. And I'm going to draw a card, thanks. I think at this point Shadow the Sky is a little bit less of an issue. Cool. I'm going to Elspeth that. Doom Foretold is also not bad, but I think I want to Conquer's Death on that first. I mean, I guess it's just going to Witch's Oven it. But still, I think I'm fine with that. Because the following turn, I have, like, no issue just Doom Foretolding. Sure, that's fine. The second ability on this doesn't matter much, but getting a free Bolas is pretty nice. Here comes the Familiar. Sure, sure. I'm still at a relatively comfortable life total. 4? Yeah. Still only 4 cards in the graveyard. Doom Foretold. They would have this, they'd sack it. I'm not sure Doom Foretold is correct with a Culture Familiar on the field. I think I would need more, essentially. Teferi. I would love to draw a land. What I'm thinking is... Oh, 1 land wouldn't do it. What am I talking about? So what do I Doom Foretold? Sack this. Yeah, I'm gonna Doom Foretold here. And it could be wrong, but the nice thing about Doom Foretold is, if you don't have the value that you need to get out of it, you can just sack Doom Foretold. This, I'm hoping, is just something that's gonna kind of slowly screw things over. Notably, Doom Foretold ignores tokens, so my opponent can't just keep sacrificing food. The issue, though, is they still have 2 food here, so they can just sack the Godless Familiar and not really care about it. They could sack the Gutter Bones if they wanted, but I do think that getting that 2 damage is important for them to do. We obviously have Oath of Kaya. We're getting our Bolas next turn. Bolas is probably going to be a plus. Another Godless Familiar. That makes my Doom Foretold a bit worse. Cool. Interplanar Beacon's not awful. +1 loyalty, please.
Gods once, I am one again.
Let's draw a card, see what I can get. Because if I get a board, what? No, it doesn't work. Fucking Witches of tokens. Well, I do have a board wipe. That's the wrong... Oh, no, that's still, I think, like, the wrong thing to use here. So I can't Teferi upkeep Shatter. I can Teferi kill Gutter Bones. I can just Shatter the Sky. My opponent could sack, get both of those back, sack one of them. I think... Can't bounce that. My opponent can't cast this instant speed now, which is nice. I think I'm just going to Oath of Kaya the Gutter Bones this turn. Once again, honestly, I think I need the life gain more. I sack that. Alright, it's too much math. I'm going to Gutter Bones here. I'm going to target Gutter Bones. They're going to sack Gutter Bones, that's fine. What I'm trying to make them do, I guess, is to make them, like, slowly run down on nonsense things.
Oh, I've done
I couldn't have bounced the familiar here because they can just re-get that familiar that they have in the graveyard. So yeah, they just sack this, but they will have 2 things to get back. They can also just cast Kroxa, which is just a bad... No fucking way. Really? Bye, Shatter the Sky. Oh, it gains haste, though. Okay. I'm playing this other Bolas, regardless. I can get rid of the Witches Oven, which is nice. So I bounced the Gutter Bones. Yeah, target Gutter Bones first. I might not be able to draw a card from this, but I don't care. But regardless, the plan is to get both of their creatures off the battlefield. And then they'll have to get rid of Witch's Oven. Yep, that's fine. This also means that they get fewer tokens. Yeah, and I just want to destroy this, because I'm casting this... Am I casting this anyway? This goes away. I don't think that I do. Obviously, a Rankle kills me. But that's a risk I'm willing to take. Midnight Reaper is fine. I don't need Teferi anymore. Oh, cool. They should just start getting rid of lands, I think. Or I guess maybe these. Like an Elspeth Conquers Death. The Midnight Reaper, which will allow me to grab... will allow me to finally get Doom Foretold, which means I won't die, because I'll be at 5. Watery Grave, that's fine. Yep, they get rid of one of those.
Let your weak
Watery Grave, Elspeth. Tell that to go away. This will finally trigger. Bolas control requires some amount of IQ. Esper Bolas control requires too fucking much IQ. They have another Witch's Oven, but at this point, I'm satisfied in my ability to close this game out. Another Bolas, nice.
That's
Omen of the Sea. I want to see if there's anything that I would like to play this turn. This deck is missing an Ashiok in my humble opinion. I don't need that. Frankly, I'm fine having another one of these cards. Just cast it. Let's look at these boluses in my hand that I can actually cast. Cool. End turn. Their stuff costs a little bit more, but doesn't actually matter. Woe Strider. Woe Strider's not bad. I'm gonna get a Tefers. Right? Tefers? Yeah. Yeah, I have these. I'm totally great. Totally great with another Doom Foretold. It's just more of their stuff that they're gonna have to keep getting rid of. Oh, hell yeah, bud. Let's go with loyalty.
This isn't a fight you can win.
I'm just gonna keep plussing, frankly. Yep, sure. That's totally fine with me.
without limit.
Doom. I literally might as well attack. There's almost no reason for me not to. Yeah, there's no reason for me not to attack there. They block with Woe Strider, their oven's gone faster. They block here, they can scry with the goat, don't even remotely care. Need to pay attention to where they scry. Double check that I am recording, cool. Scry to the top, alright. Not bad. Sure. I don't think I minus on the oven or anything. We sack one of the things. Yeah, honestly, I'm fine just like plussing here. I don't even need to cast Cavalier of Dawn.
Trust me.
Like, I would honestly rather save Cav. And just force my opponent to be in a not great position thanks to my Doom Foretold. I had no idea what the thumbnail for this video is going to be, by the way. What are you at? Okay. So, they're still one card away from being able to Kroxa. Another oven. Why would you keep that on top, though? I don't understand at all. Why would you attack? But why? So you can Kroxa? Okay. I have an active Bolas and Teferi. I don't... Okay. You have a goat now. Buy one of my omens. I hardly knew you. I guess technically I should have minused on the Witch's Oven first. Do I want to minus on the Witch's Oven? They put that on the bottom. It's possible I should have minused on the Witch's Oven first. But I don't know if it matters. Yeah, I think it's a very slight issue, but I don't know if it's something that's going to matter long term. Am I going to bounce it? Yeah, I mean, they discard it, so I guess it's essentially the same.
No, I am not making this up.
So yeah, I should have done it first, but whatever. Yeah, I'm just going to pass the turn. I guess I could Cavalier of Dawn. Because since I know this is popping off, I can Cavalier of Dawn on my own Omen. And flash in the other Omen. Yeah, seems reasonable. This resolves, I get to gain some more life, I get to draw another card, my opponent loses their third Witch's Oven. Yeah, cool. We won with a stupid deck. Radberry, I love it. And we're, on to the next one. Now you're gone, and we're on to the next one. This time I couldn't live without you. That's just the way it had to be. I don't know if I'm correct. Pickle MTC? I feel like that's a Pickle Rick reference. I'm hoping that it's not. We're going to keep this hand. We're going first, but, you know, whatevs. We Fabled Passage for an island. That's turn. Then we can birth. I think we birth first. Perfect Champion. Scary. This is probably like the mono red deck that was played and didn't win at the World Championship, but that's fine. So yeah, we're gonna birth. It goes to 0-4 to help against this before we get access to Doom Foretold. Boop, and boop. Also, thins our deck a little, which is nice. And when I say a little, I mean like a minuscule amount, but it technically does that, so. Ramark Knight, sure. So yeah, they're just trying to get, like, under the situation. We're just going to play this tapped and Omen end of turn. We have a nice blocker. It's not fantastic, but it is nice. We're going to gain 2 life back, which is always great. Our opponent doesn't have Embercleave mana just yet, which is great. This is going to be a 4-1, so we're not going to block that. We're going to block this, because this stays around longer, frankly. Yeah, and we just value that a little bit more. Especially since we're going to go back up to 16 here. Now, obviously, if I get a board wipe, I'm totally good with that. So still getting like a Shatter the Sky is something I'm totally fine with. Dance of the Manse is just not a card that I care about in this matchup. Interplanar Beacon is nice to see, but we are just going to Doom Foretold. That's probably going to be a Ramark Knight gone. Potentially, not sure. We will play Beacon now. I'll play the Beacon, black, red. So if I play Godless, for what it's worth, I can Bolas next turn. I'd have to take 2. Yeah, they do this. Does mean that this is, you know, less as good. Embereth. So they can have, let's just go with Ramark Knight, sure. Double Ramark Knight, okay. So I'm definitely looking for a Shatter the Sky. And at this point, it is better to just block that. I'm losing this, but I kind of need to. We're going to drop the Omen, blah, blah, blah. It should be fine. Blah. We didn't get a Shatter that we needed. 5. Yikes. That's lethal with this, so I have to play double Doom Foretold, I guess. And I still might just die to Embercleave, unfortunately. That said, Embercleave, in my opinion, is a card that just, like, should not exist. But, whatever. What's great about the Doom Foretold as well is that it does like, it's not just taking away the damage on board from the creatures, like the creatures that are getting sacked, but it's also taking away from the Anax. So here I'm only taking 8 damage, which is so much less. I'm losing both Doom Foretold, so like I need to have... That's a yikes. Oop. Oop. No Shatter the Sky. That said, I can potentially get a Shatter the Sky, and I can still cast it. The issue is that power? Shit, so that'd be 2, 4, 5, 6 damage from this being haste, and I would need another one, and since they can cast this as well, I'm probably just losing the game, unfortunately. Nope. Yeah, had to be exactly Shatter, and I didn't get it. Very unfortunate. Opponent had a fantastic draw. Yeah, opponent had a fantastic draw, and I think they were correct in playing out the Rime Knights and not trying to get, like, not trying to eke value out of them. I think they rightly realized that the way I win that game is by consistently answering the deck. For what it's worth, I do think normal Bolas would handle that deck a little bit better, just because we have access to, like, 2 or 3 main deck Cryothanariums, and the Exile is fantastic, obviously. 1, because Anax doesn't get triggered, and 2, because most of these things have, you know, like 1 or 2 toughness anyway, so. This hand is actually not bad. Obviously, if we're going against an aggro deck again, it's going to be pretty not great, but we can go get a blue source here, and like Omen and stuff, so yeah, I think this is fine to keep. And for what it's worth, I'm not trying to showcase this deck as like a, oh, this is an amazing meta deck or anything. I just like this deck because it's... What the fuck? Because it is a weird way to play Bolas. Mire Triton. Is this going to be a Grixis Reanimator deck? That's the vibe I'm getting. No. Interesting. I wonder what's going on. Obviously, we're going to get a blue source here so I can Omen of the Sea. And we'll just play the planes because it makes, you know, more sense. Okay, so what is this deck? Did you miss land drop? I mean, they should be attacking first. For what it's worth, I just found that a lot of people don't. Agonizing Remorse. Buy Bolas? Maybe? My opponent might take Bolas, but they also might be like, what the fuck is going on? So, huh? They take Dance of the Manse. Interesting. Respectable. But I'm not sure if that's the card I would have taken. Keyword is not sure. Doom Foretold is a nice card to have here. I don't know what this deck is. So part of me also wants to keep the Shatter the Sky. Yeah, I'm keeping both. I shouldn't have kept both. The reason I shouldn't have kept both is I'm going to be using this Fabled Passage in order to get a swamp for Doom Foretold. No, that's still fine, because we can actually still get a Plains. Yeah, okay, everything's fine. So I'm actually going to Omen of the Sea first to see what potential land we pick up. Could be a Kroxa, Rankle, yeah, same thing. Rankle means that we're going to Shatter the Sky in 4. What would I discard here? Because he's definitely making me discard. Oh, he's just doing discard, okay. I'm gonna Omen of the Sea first. There might be something I would rather discard. I don't want to discard either of those. But I'm fine shuffling one of these back in. Do I want to put both of these to the bottom to see if I draw a land. I'm going to be Shattering the Sky. So I think I might actually just have to not get a black source. I think this is fine. I'm going to be shuffling the other one away, so it doesn't actually matter. I guess I don't have to shuffle it away, and I can just discard this and grab the other one. They do have a Kroxa, okay. Yeah, because I can just play this on 4. And we're going to be able to play Kroxa next turn. Which I can hopefully Conquer's Death on it. But I'm not sure is the issue. A lot of black sources in the deck. We just have to see if I get them. So yeah, they can straight up cast Kroxa. If they do, Bolas unfortunately has to go. Just because I don't have the mana necessary for it. So this is a Kroxa deck. Plenty of cards to just help put cards in the graveyard. But otherwise, just seems like a normal Kroxa deck. So yeah, we drop the Bolas here. And if I get a non-black source, I can Elspeth Conquer's Death. If I get a black source, I can Doom Foretold. Either way, I'm looking for a land. We'll see if I get one. Goodbye, Bolas. I got a land. And I mean, it's a black source, but I would rather just Conquer's Death on that shit. Yeah, I would rather just Conquer's Death on it. 2 cards left in the... What's it? Son of a bitch! I forgot! I have no one to blame but myself. I always think this is the same cost as Euro. Which means if they have any other permanent down, then Doom Foretold doesn't work. God. Cool. I killed myself. Gah. Every time, I think Kroxa costs 3. I'm playing another game. Like, fuck that. Like, I was planning on ending there. I'm not... No. I'm not going to end on me losing the game for myself. Like, that game was mine. If I just cast fucking Doom Foretold. But I didn't. Because I'm stupid. This is a good hand, at least. Turn 1, Godless Shrine. Turn 2, Swamp, Birth. Turn 3, Oath of Kaya or Teferi, depending on what my opponent plays. We're going second, not the best. Something blue-based? Sure, don't mind. Blue-red? Okay. Blue-red. What's blue-red? What are you playing? Could be Phoenix. I don't know. I'm going to play Teferi. Does it get countered? It doesn't. Cool.
I know my responsibility.
Three, 6. If I bounce my Birth of Meletis, then I would have to draw a card, or I would have to discard a card. I think, honestly, I'm just going to plus here. I think it's relatively unlikely that this deck is going to be able to kill a 5 power Teferi, or 5 loyalty Teferi. What is this deck? It's just blue-red. Like, there's no way this deck is anything other than that. Narset, sure. Get Oath of Kaya.
And prepare.
Like, this is solidly not Jeskai, right? Unless my opponent has had an awful time. I'm not going to play the Beacon yet, but I should be able to play Bolas next turn, which is really dope. I'm not playing the Beacon because I don't... Like, they already knew about the planes. I didn't want to show them anything else. Do I just plus Teferi again? Once again, the question. I mean, I can put the Oath of Kaya back in my hand, draw a card from it, and I'd have access to that. But I'm almost certainly going to be playing Bolas next turn. And if I'm playing Bolas next turn, I think I would rather have the option of removing something that my opponent plays here. I don't know how I'm going to count that last game in the win-loss thing. I might just not count it at all. I guess it is Jeskai Fires with a terrible hand? There's no way it's Is It Fires?
Don't make another move.
Wow. Okay. Sure. Bolas says hi. I have another Teferi, which is awesome. I'm gonna put the Fires Unvented back in your hand because I can, frankly. The Oath Guy, sure. I'm just gonna plus here, draw another card, make my opponent's life even worse. Next turn I can Cavalier of Dawn their Fires of Invention. Then they get to have a shitty card, and I get to make them sad. So, I mean, I assume you just get rid of, like, one of these garbage cards. You get rid of Shimmer. Shimmer can potentially get you out of whatever rut you're in. Is this just... is it? Like, how? Bolas dies. Like, they're pointing at Bolas. I assume Bolas is going to bite the big one. So it is Fires. It is Jeskai.
Here goes nothing.
Okay. So here, I'm going to plus with Teferi. Might as well. Plus with Bolas. I don't care about their Teferi being on one here. Oh, I don't have a white source. That's awkward. And I can always Oath of Kai, I guess, so. I'm just gonna plus here. See if I draw a white source. I didn't. But I can Doom Foretold, I guess. Do I want to Doom Foretold or do I want to Oath of Kaya? I don't know. Dead and Clarion, yeah, that's a card that you can get rid of. I would have gotten rid of that first, but sure. Oath of Kaya. I don't have any blue. How am I just no? I played a Bolas and a Teferi, but I don't actually have any blue. I think I would rather have Doom Foretold here. Get rid of this Oath of Kai. We can play another one on our following turn. Yeah, I think this is probably fine. And if they, like, get rid of our Oath of Kai somehow, then I can literally just be like, alright, bye Teferi. Sure, they have Ventress. They can't kill me from 28. They put both to the bottom. I assume they're going to get rid of Teferi. Theirs, not mine, because I don't know if they can. They can't actually use, like, Kenrith or Cavalier because they don't have the red mana for it. Prison Realm, I assume on Bolas. Sure. I can bounce that and not care at all, frankly. I would like a blue source, though. Oh, how nice. You cast Bone Crusher Giant. I don't care about your Bone Crusher Giant, frankly. Let's play a Fabled Passage. Let's go get a blue source, shall we? I know I didn't have a third white source, but I think it's a little bit more important for me to play blue source. So, I can plus this.
This might be a bad idea.
And play another Teferi and bounce this. I can just Oath of Kaya. Yeah, I think Oath of Kaya is just better here. Oath of Kaya, kill the Bone Crusher Giant, gain some life. I also have another thing to get rid of this. My opponent has to choose between keeping Fires and keeping Prison Realm. They're obviously going to keep Fires, which means I get my Bolas back. So, yeah, get fucked. And then I can Omen, which is great. It's like I know the game. They didn't upkeep, though, so I assume... Okay, sure. So some of my stuff might get spanked here. Incredibly rude. See if they discard anything. They choose not to, so whatever they have in hand they want to keep, but they don't play it first. So one of my Planeswalkers is going to die. I do not care which. I'm a little bit of a liar. I kind of care. Sure, that's fine. Painful. So we're going to Omen of the Sea at instant speed, see if we can get anything cool. My opponent's going to play another Teferi, I guess? Bone Crusher Giant. Sure. I'm going to blow the world up. If that's okay with you. then you're going to have to counter that, so... Or sack that. Ooh, baby. Me gusta. Me tres gusta. We're going to drop the Omen of the Sea here. It's like whatevs, but... Cool, let me get a white source. And as you can see, the deck, like, works. Sometimes you just die to aggro, which is fair. You know, control decks sometimes just die to aggro. No, you go here. Let's see. Shatter the Sky. Force them to get rid of this. They can't cast these at instant speed, so I don't care. They get to draw a card. But they have to get rid of this. And I can just Omen again. I could have done this at an upkeep, but I didn't want to. They have no lands in the graveyard, apparently. So that's good. I'll just plus here. Be fine with it.
Don't worry, I got this.
They should upkeep this. Cool, they did. But yeah, like, as long as you as the pilot don't royally fuck things up like I did last game, the deck works. It works. Like, Bolas is a big help in the deck, which is just weird because this is an Esper deck. So... How am I not... How many... I need 50 more XP. Wow. I have a little bit to go. What are people at on the track? I feel like I'm behind, but I don't actually know when the next set's coming out, so whatever. But yeah, that was Bolas Foretold. Oh fuck, that's what I have to name it. That's what I'm gonna put on the thumbnail. Bolas Foretold. But I still don't know what the art's gonna be. I'll have to figure that out. Regardless, I'd like to thank my lovely patrons, especially Zin, for the continued support. If you'd like to join them in supporting the show, you'll find links to that down in the description below. Hope you've enjoyed this video. If you did, go and tap that like button, add subscription to your mana pool, cast a comment in the comment section down below, pass the turn of the vid, send your friends, and of course, until next time, I will be one.